English 6, Quarter 2, Week 6 to Week 8. Milk Base. Let's learn about sources of information. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. For today's lesson in English 6, we will discuss about sources of information. This is week 6 to 8 of quarter 2. For most essential learning competencies, compare and contrast content of materials viewed to other sources of information like print, online, and broadcast. As a learner, you are used to accomplishing homework and research works given to you by your teachers. Wanting to fully understand these learning activities, you work on finding more information from various sources of materials. The gathered details from various sources support your answers and maximize your understanding of the lesson. To achieve this, you must be aware as to where to find information and how to access or use various materials or sources. Also, the relevance and credibility of the sources of information you use must also be considered. In this lesson, you are expected to compare and contrast contents of materials viewed from sources of information like print, online, and broadcast. Examine the pictures below. Letter A, the source of information the boy used is print material, which is a newspaper. In letter B, the source of information the boy used is broadcast material, like watching news on television. In letter C, the source of information the boy used is print material, like book. And in letter D, the source of material the boy used is online material, like using desktop. What sources do you use in gathering information for your assignment and other school activities? And now, let us proceed to learning task 1. Identify the material to be used in each situation below. Classify each as to print, broadcast, or online. Do this in your notebook. Number 1. Maita needs to watch news on television. What material she used in this situation? Is it print, online, or broadcast? Very good. The correct answer is broadcast material. Number 2. Mrs. De Chavez used the chart which she bought from the local bookshop in explaining the water cycle. What material she used in this situation? Is it print, online, or broadcast? Very good. The correct answer is print material. Number 3. Alex tours around Tayabas City using the interactive map installed in his cell phone. What material is used in this situation? Is it print, online, or broadcast? Very good. The correct answer is online. Number 4. The pupils watch available videos online on gardening. What material is used in this situation? Is it print, online, or broadcast? Very good. The correct answer is online. And number 5, my parents love to read newspapers every morning. What material is used in this situation? Is it print, online, or broadcast? Very good. The correct answer is print. Let's study about the sources of information. What are the different sources of information? The first one is the print materials. Print materials consist of all written printed materials. Examples of these resources are printed versions of textbooks, workbooks, reference books, magazines, newspaper, and journals. Another sources of information is broadcast materials. Broadcast materials are resources transmitted to public through radio and television. Public service announcements, daily news, weather forecasts, interviews, documentaries, comedies, movies, sports, and advertisements or commercials are typical examples of broadcast materials. Another sources of information is online materials. Online materials are learning resources that are made available online. Common examples of online resources are blogs, podcasts, audiobooks, e-books, videos, mobile apps, web pages, social media, and emails or electronic mails. In accessing online materials, take note to be careful and vigilant with the authorship, credibility, and authenticity of internet documents since some sources may contain unverified information. With the use of various sources of information, you may now compare and contrast the information viewed from print, broadcast, and online platforms. The skills on comparing and contrasting are necessary in enriching your knowledge in finding reliable and credible sources of information. And now let us proceed to learning task 2. Presented below are various sources of information. Identify which source of information does not belong to each group. Write your answers in your notebook. Then, after eliminating the material which does not belong to each group, classify the 3 remaining materials as to print, online, or broadcast materials. Number 1. The materials are textbooks, workbooks, reference books, daily TV news. Which one is not belong to the group? Very good. Daily TV news is not belong to the group. Number 2. TV documentaries, e-book, radio comedies, TV commercials. Which one is not belong to the group? Very good. The answer is e-book. Number 3. Blogs or vlogs, written diary, videos, web pages. Which one is not belong to the group? Very good. The correct answer is written diary. Number 4. Printed magazines, printed newspaper, social media, printed journals. Which one is not belong to the group? Very good. The correct answer is social media. And number 5. Email, book, e-book, mobile app. Which one is not belong to the group? Very good. The correct answer is book. For number 6 to 10, write the classification of materials. The remaining materials for number 6 are textbooks, workbooks, and reference books. What kind of materials are these? Very good. The kind of material is print material. Number 7. The remaining are TV documentaries, radio comedies, and TV commercials. What kind of material are these? Very good. The kind of material is broadcast material. Number 8. The remaining are blogs or vlogs, videos, and web pages. What kind of material are these? Very good. The material used is online material. Number 9. The remaining are printed magazines, printed newspaper, and printed journals. What kind of material are these? Very good. The kind of material is print material. And for number 10, the remaining are email, ebook, and mobile app. What kind of material are these? Very good. The kind of material is online material. Learning Task 3. In your notebook, classify the materials below as to print, broadcast, and online. Use the table provided. In the first column, write those materials which are print materials. In the second column, write those materials which are broadcast materials. And in the third column, write those materials which are online materials. Printed magazines. Is it print, broadcast, or online? Very good. Printed magazine is a print material. Next, TikTok. Is it print, broadcast, or online material? Very good. TikTok is an online material. Next, printed dictionary. Is it print, broadcast, or online material? Very good. Printed dictionary is a print material. Next, websites. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. Website is an online materials. Next, TV documentaries. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. TV documentaries are broadcast materials. Next, TV news. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. TV news are broadcast materials. Next, TV movies. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. TV movies are broadcast materials. Next, fiction books. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. Fiction books are print materials. Next, blogs. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. Blogs are online materials. Next, online journals. Is it print materials, broadcast materials, or online materials? Very good. Online journals are online materials. Next, radio news. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. Radio news is a broadcast materials. And lastly, ebooks. Is it print, broadcast, or online materials? Very good. Ebooks are online materials. For learning task 4, read the passage below on chemical and physical changes. Then, compare and contrast chemical changes and physical changes by arranging the information using the graphic organizer below. Identify their differences and similarities. Do this in your notebook. Chemical and physical changes. Any matter can be changed in two ways, chemically and physically. Physical changes do not change the makeup or identity of the matter. For example, clay will bend or flatten if squeezed, but it will still be clay. Molding the clay to change the shape is a physical change and does not change the matter's identity. Meanwhile, chemical changes turn the matter into a new kind of matter with different properties. For example, a burnt paper becomes ash and will never be turned back to paper again. The difference between them is the physical changes are temporary or only last for a little, while chemical changes are permanent which means they are irreversible. Physical and chemical changes both affect the state of matter. And now, let us find out their differences and similarities. The similarities of chemical change and physical change is they both affect the state of matter. In physical changes, it is temporary change, while in chemical changes, it is permanent change. In physical changes, do not change the properties, while in chemical changes, changes the properties. For learning task 5, compare and contrast TV, radio, or printed advertisements of two shampoos you are familiar with. Using a Venn diagram, note down their similarities and differences. Then write a paragraph explaining the content of the said diagram. Do this in your notebook. Be guided by the rubric below. For example, shampoo number 1 is Dove Hair Fall Rescue Shampoo. Shampoo number 2 is Clear Shampoo for Men. The differences are Dove Hair Fall Rescue Shampoo reduce hair fall, nourishes weak fragile hair, and best for women. While shampoo number 2, which is Clear Shampoo for Men, it is anti-dandruff solution with ultimate cooling sensation and made specially for men. Their similarities are makes your hair fresh and clean and is suitable for daily use. And here is my example paragraph. Dove Hair Fall Rescue Shampoo nourishes weak, fragile hair and reduces hair fall by up to 98%. It is best for women to reduce hair fall with regular use, while Clear Shampoo for Men is an anti-dandruff solution made specially for men. It refreshes scalp and hair for the ultimate cooling sensation. The difference between them is that how they rescue the hair and scalp problem. Dove and Clear Shampoo both makes your hair fresh and clean and is suitable for daily use. Learning Task 6. Using any available sources, search for information about cats and dogs as pets. Identify which of the two is considered as the best pet. Note down the details and list down their similarities and differences using the graphic organizer below. Then, write a paragraph explaining the content of the diagram. Do this in your notebook. Be guided by the rubric below. Cats and dogs. Cats are low maintenance. They're quiet. They're independent. They keep your house pest free. They have long lifespans. They're wonderful companion. They can bring unconditional love and companionship to your life. While dogs provide endless entertainment. They are great company no matter what you are doing. They reduce our stress levels. They make exceptional co-workers. Their loyalty knows no bounds. They are the original BFF. They teach us how to love unconditionally. Their similarity is they can bring unconditional love and companionship to your life. Which one is the best pet for you? For me, cats and dogs are best pets. And now, be guided with the rubric below. So here are the rubric in writing a paragraph. For learning task 7, compare and contrast two laundry detergents from TV, radio, or printed advertisements. Note down the details and list down their similarities and differences. Use your chosen graphic organizer. Then write a paragraph employing the comparison and contrast style. Use appropriate signal words. Write your paragraph in your notebook. The rubric on the next page will be used in grading your work. Do this task in your notebook. So for example, you choose two detergents like Tide and Ariel. Compare and contrast the two detergents. Identify their similarities and differences. And write a paragraph according to the two detergents. And be guided with the rubric below. Next, complete the statements below by supplying the missing terms. Select from the given choices below. Do this in your notebook. Let's answer. There are three basic sources of information: print, broadcast, and online materials. Print materials consist of all written or printed materials. Textbook is an example of a print material. Broadcast materials, meanwhile, are resources transmitted to public through radio and television. TV ad is an example of a broadcast material. Online materials, on the other hand, are learning resources that are made available online. Email is an example of an online material. Remember, sources of information. There are three sources of information. Print materials consist of all written printed materials. Example of these resources are printed versions of textbooks, workbooks, reference books, magazines, newspaper, and journals. Another sources of information is broadcast materials, are resources transmitted to public through radio and television. Public service announcements, daily news, weather forecasts, interviews, documentaries, comedies, movies, sports and advertisements or commercials are typical examples of broadcast materials. Another sources of information is online materials, are learning resources that are made available online. Common examples of online resources are vlogs or blogs, podcasts, audiobooks, e-books, videos, mobile apps, web pages, social media, and emails or electronic mails. So kids, do you understand our topic for today? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!